Hello, I'm Jermaine Brown, and it's a great day to be a Tiger. Welcome to this week's Parent Connect, sponsored by the Hattiesburg Public Schools. Our topic for this week is preparing for college and careers, ensuring my child is prepared for success. You see the facilitators on there with me, Miss Abby from the high school. She's the career facilitator there. Dr. Summer Gearing, the counselor at Berger Middle School, Miss Jenny Nooncaster. She's our student services coordinator at Hattiesburg High School. Dr. Cherish Pierce is with us as well, and she's the CTE counselor at Hattiesburg High School. We have Dr. LaShonda Short that's part of the presentation, as well as we have Miss Casey Craft, our lead counselor at Hattiesburg High School. We always like to begin with our vision and our mission for the Hattiesburg Public Schools. Our vision is to create a model teaching and learning environment that graduates every is capitalized and in bold, every student prepared for success in college and life and the workforce. And our mission is to educate all. As you see, all is all caps and in bold, just like every. So there's a point of emphasis with such. So all students to become productive citizens of a dynamic global community. And our goals. This presentation definitely aligns with all of our goals: academic success, an effective, committed staff. One thing that we're proud of is one of our number one resources in the district is definitely our staff. I also want to make sure that our schools have a positive school climate and culture. The family community engagement is a definitely strong piece as well. And the goal 5 being fiscal responsibility and having sustainable resources. All right, our presentation again this month is focusing on college and career success. And we want to make sure that you are aware of some of the opportunities that we have in Hattiesburg Public Schools in helping ensure that your child is prepared for success. College and career readiness instruction begins in kindergarten, believe it or not. So it begins at an early age. MDE, Mississippi Department of Education, provides curriculum and resources to schools throughout the state. Again, starts and begins in kindergarten. So they have curriculum and resources for K through 12 education. There's 16 career clusters, and that's one of the main focus that we begin with all of our students is making sure they know and aware of what the 16 career clusters are. Hattiesburg Public Schools, we also specifically, and this is something very recently that we've begun, is that we're selecting a career cluster for each month that we'll focus and emphasize through our instruction, just through our efforts, K through 12. This month happens to be health science. We know healthcare is a major field, definitely in our community. So again, each month, HPS chooses a career cluster for the month, and sometimes career clusters. But on that last slide, you should have been able to see all the different career clusters. And parents, we do know that this slide will be available for you. That way you'll be able to view all 16 of those career clusters that's out there and that we are exposing our students to. Individual success plan. This is new. It began in 1819, and it begins with 7th graders. But this is a focus on making sure that students beginning again in the 7th grade are able to really go ahead and map out their academic career from 7th grade up until they graduate high school. So we call it ISP for short. Of course, in education, we do a lot of acronyms, but individual success plan, ISP, it begins at Berger Middle School. And I'm glad to have Dr. Summer Gearing. She's in our Berger Middle School counselor there. Dr. Gearing, would you like to add what you all are doing at Berger in identifying and introducing, excuse me, our students to the ISP?
Yes, sir, Mr. Brown. Thank you. My name again is Summer Gear, and I am the academic counselor at Berger Middle School. He has already kind of gone through what the individual success plan is and the acronym that we utilize for that, the ISP. In January, that's when we kind of start all of our kind of getting a little more in depth with our career planning. Berger, we try to serve as a little small bridge between the elementary schools where you introduce the career clusters that he already alluded to. And then when you really go into trying to select some career clusters that you're interested in at the high school level and really start to plan your classes around those particular career clusters. So in January, we always have our choice sheets, presentations for the secondary level. That is when parents, you will see your students come home with their choice sheets to go ahead and try to select those elective courses that they want to take for next school year 22-23. And also be a little review of what we offer as the required courses. So in doing all of that, you're going to get more information about a program that the district is using called Major Clarity. All of this is going to tie in together. So your students, and we're going to need a lot of student participation, also your participation, parents, with Major Clarity. Last year when we started doing this, if you have an 8th grade student at Berger, he or she received a login last year for Major Clarity, so they may already remember the information. When you get into Major Clarity, you have a series of surveys that help align you to career clusters that are suitable for your children. And so once we do that, then that's going to help us with the actual individual success plan, the ISPs, so they'll know what they're planning for their electives starting in the 7th grade. As is listed on the slide, they get a chance to, because they are middle school, they don't always know exactly what they want to do right away, but this is just the conversation starter. So the ISP will align to what they're doing in Major Clarity, and everything will be in Major Clarity at their fingertips. And they can just log in from anywhere they have internet access, and you can kind of see what you have laid out for your career plan. And we will revise and review it every year through their 12th grade year at Hattiesburg High School. And with the parent participation, we want you all to know as well what your children are planning. So they should be able to log in and show you, the parents, this is what I have. This is what my ISP looks like. This is what I'm deciding this year. If you want to be vocal in that process, you can, but we most definitely welcome that. And more information about choice sheets, our career night that we're planning, probably both at Berger and Hattiesburg High School, and the ins and outs of Major Clarity. All that information is forthcoming. And we just look forward to a successful 2022 and get ready for our career selections at Berger. If you have any questions, please contact me at any time. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Gearing. As we move forward in our presentation, our focus is college and career readiness, being prepared for success. Let's focus on college readiness initially, and that's focusing on ACT and dual enrollment. What is the ACT? The ACT is it's an exam to help determine admission into colleges and universities, and not only admission, but also scholarship opportunities. You do see the statements here. There's 4 sections. The composite score of 36 is the highest that can be made. The cost is actually $60, but keep listening. I'll give you some great information about the cost with fee waivers. Scholarship opportunities, as I mentioned, are based on scores. Parents, in looking at this chart, one thing that's really, really important here, it says the CCR benchmark score. If you look at that, look at those scores, an ACT subject score in English of 18, math of 22, reading 22, and also science 23. What this benchmark is saying that for years, data has shown that if your child is making those scores in those respective subject areas, then your child has a very, very high opportunity, high chance of being very, very successful in college. So the ACT and exposing you to it has to start early. One thing that we're preaching at 8th grade level, that's pretty much 13 age of 13, that every child can, at that point, obtain an ACT student account. There's a ton of resources that's associated with that account. So please, if you have a child that's age 13 and above now, they should go ahead and register for an ACT student account. We are happy to have Miss Abby from Hattiesburg High School. As I mentioned earlier, she's the career facilitator there at Hattiesburg High School, and she brings a wealth of knowledge and resources associated with the ACT, and I'll turn it over to Miss Abby at this time.
So I'm Miss Abby. I am the College and Career Center facilitator here at Hattiesburg High. And I just want to emphasize on the ACT goals. So as Mr. Brown mentioned, we are aiming for all of our students to score at least benchmark or higher. And here are some of the other advantages of scoring at least the benchmark score. If you have a 2.0 GPA, you'll be admitted to any Mississippi college or university with the ACT composite score of 18. You'll qualify for the HELP grant, which pays for the tuition at any Mississippi public university. And then you'll qualify for academic scholarships. Many of our universities and colleges in Mississippi provide academic scholarships for our students, starting with the ACT score of 21. And then here are some of our resources at Hattiesburg High. Juniors are taking the ACT twice. Sorry about that. So they take the ACT twice junior year, starting in the fall. That's a district sponsored test, and the state sponsored test is in February. In addition to that, there are 6 times a year that ACT provides testing at different test centers. Students will have to sign up for that using the ACT account that Mr. Brown just recommended everybody have starting in 8th grade. And you can receive help signing up for these test dates in the Career Center. Additionally, you will come to me starting in junior year to get your fee waivers. Each student qualifies for 4 fee waivers. So that gives you a total of 6 times to take the test for free before graduating. And then here are some of our prep resources so that we can help students achieve the benchmark score. Included in the fee waivers are the ACT self-paced course, which is an online course that is self-directed. Students will have access to practice tests, quizzes, lesson plans, calendars, everything you need to increase your score in the ACT. We also partner with some of our community organizations for prep workshops during the year. In the past, we partnered with Country Kids, Pearl River, William Carey. We offer a summer boot camp at Pearl River, and we offer the ACT prep class. So we were talking about choice sheets before. The ACT prep class is an elective offered at Hattiesburg High, and if you want to take part in that, make sure to select that class on your choice sheet. And if you guys have any other questions about ACT, college applications, FAFSA, please contact me.
Thank you so much, Ms. Abby. I can't emphasize how big of a resource the Career Center is, and Ms. Abby is at Hattiesburg High School. Tons of resource and opportunities. And I tell you, oftentimes I talk to parents, or I even get a call about the ACT, and historically, ACT would offer 2 of the fee waivers. Well, now it's 4 fee waivers that all of our kids at Hattiesburg High School qualify for. But when I talk and run into the parents, they're not aware of it. They hadn't heard of such an opportunity. So we just can't emphasize enough what a resource that we do have in Ms. Abby and the Career Center, where you can take advantage of all these opportunities. And, you know, right now speaking, the ACT fee waiver is huge. Instead of doing the $60 option, you can get a fee waiver done with Miss Abby at Hattiesburg High School in the Career Center. Also, when we talk about being college ready, when we think about dual enrollment, being able to take a college class while you're in high school, definitely, we know that definitely gives you what I'd say a taste of college. And if you're successful in those classes, then definitely the college piece and beyond, you can be successful as well. But we do have dual enrollment opportunities at Hattiesburg High School via William Carey College, University now, excuse me, and Pearl River Community College. At Pearl River, most of our, through Pearl River, those courses are pretty much associated with our CTE courses. William Carey University, those courses are all of our academic courses. When you think about college algebra, World Civ, English 1, Comp 1, all those courses we do offer. And I believe at this time we do have over 10 dual enrollment courses through William Carey University at Hattiesburg High School, our latest being dual credit biology through William Carey University. Also excited about a new partnership with Southern Miss that's going to begin actually this January. So January 22, we have online and even face-to-face options with USM that those students, our students, will be able to go to campus or go online to USM platform and take those courses. And in speaking about college and career, part of the career readiness, being successful in such, we talk about the ACT Workkeys and the ASVAB. The ASVAB, I know many of you have heard of it, but it's one of those, again, acronyms that we use, but it's the Armed Services Vocational Aptitude Battery. The ASVAB measures strengths, weaknesses, and potential for success. So it's very similar to the Workkeys, and we'll talk about that in just a second. But Army, Navy, Marines, Air Force, and Coast Guard, you see those required scores associated with the ASVAB. At HHS, we do offer the ASVAB with support from our military partners. We do the ASVAB in November for juniors and in February for seniors. Let me point out, this is a opt-in, so not every junior or every senior, they are required to take the ASVAB. This, if you're interested in, or just another option. We do try to encourage all of our kids, but we do not require all of them to do such. So they have to opt in. We do sign-in sheets all across the Hattiesburg High School campus where kids can sign up, and then we go ahead and schedule the exams, again, in support with the military partners that come and help us administer those exams on campus. ACT Workkeys, really excited about ACT Workkeys. This is our 4th year implementing ACT Workkeys at Hattiesburg High School. This is the first year, however, that the exam is required by the Mississippi Department of Education. It's been one of those graduation options that our students been able to take advantage of over some time now. But this is the first year that it's being required. And we actually started our ACT Workkeys testing today. So I do appreciate Dr. Pierce and Ms. Noonkester and the CTE team for their efforts in administering the ACT Workkeys to our students. But it's only through the ACT Workkeys that students are able to obtain the National Career Readiness Certification. And that certification is nationally recognized. And if I do have Ms. Noonkester on, she's the Student Services Coordinator at Hattiesburg High School. Ms. Noonkester, if you share any information about the ACT Workkeys at this time, be appreciated.
Okay. This year, like usually we've been testing our 2nd year CTE students, but we've added college and career readiness courses, and we're also testing our Smart Start dual credit courses. So some of the general academic population are now taking Workkeys. Workkeys is becoming more and more important to our school accountability and our state accountability. ACT is you have ACT for college readiness, ACT Workkeys is for the workforce. So you're learning skills. Their students are testing the skills for the workforce. According to the ACT Workkey website, Workkeys builds confidence that your skills meet the needs of the employer. It shows prospective employers concrete proof of the skills that you have. Apply real world use to coursework from the classroom. An employer is able to determine skill improvement or training that a person may need in a job. And also it improves the opportunities for career changes and advancement. Many businesses are starting to have people that they're hiring on the job to go take Workkeys. They'll go to the Wynn Job Center or Pearl River to take this test, and our students are going to come out of school already having their certification. Next slide. The assessment's broken up into 3 parts. Students take 3 tests. We took workplace documents and graphic literacy today, and that's based on reading in the workplace. It's how you read documents. It's reading emails. It's being able to read things that employers hand out for you to be able to do and comprehend. Graphic literacy is how to read graphs and charts in the workplace. And applied math is how do you use those math skills that you've obtained through the years in the workforce. The test is broken up into different levels, a level 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. A level 3 is passing, which is the bronze level. A level 4 is silver, 5 is gold, and 6 and 7 are platinum and platinum plus. The benchmark that they want the students to try to get is silver or above in order to get their endorsements, which will be talked about later. But to get your CT endorsement, you need the silver level. And if you look at the example on this PowerPoint, a lot of times things are averaged out, but when you get the scores for the 3 tests, they're not average. The student scores on their certificate with the lowest score. So if they say in workplace documents, they score a bronze, and then graphic literacy, they score a silver, and applied math, they score a platinum, they will receive a bronze certificate. So if your student comes home with a platinum, that means they've scored a 6 or a 7 3 times, and that's very difficult to do. So if they get a silver, they have to at least do a 4 on each part, gold a 5. So last year our kids did great, and we're looking forward to our scores this year. Also, there are many advantages for the high school student. It gives you a graduation option. If, say for instance, right now, if you don't pass a state test and you complete 2 years of your CTE program and you score a silver level or above on your Workkeys, you can use that as a graduation option. We've had students in the past 4 years that once they got their certificate, they'd already had jobs, and they went to their manager with their certificate and they got a pay increase. We had one person that went from $7 to $10. Not all businesses recognize it, but some in the area do. It's a hiring incentive. The employer can look at your test scores, and if they see that you made 6s and 7s, they may say, well, this person, I may put them in a management position. Or they can base, like if they need someone really good in a math in a particular part and you score high in math, this would allow them to know to hire you for that position. Hiring incentives, in some businesses, they may give certain bonuses. We've had students that scored high on their ACT, and one girl was going into the nursing program at Pearl River, and because she placed so high on her test, they gave her free books and her scrubs and everything for free as part of because of her Workkeys scores. You can put it on your resume. The students can put their national certification on their resume, and also if they make silver level or above, they can get early release their senior year to go to work.
Thank you so much, Ms. Nooncaster. We can't emphasize enough about our efforts in college and career readiness. And one thing I do want to add emphasis to is the cost associated with ACT Workkeys. Like no other district, Hattiesburg Public Schools proudly pays for that for our students. We consider it a resource and a huge opportunity for our students to take advantage of. So that's why we go ahead and purchase many of these programs, the dual enrollment, you name it, because we are linked to their success. So it's very, very important to us that they take advantage of all these opportunities, whether it's with the ACT being exposed to it early, and as well as the ACT Workkeys and the ASVAB, because at the end of the day, we do want them to be able to make a choice, whether they're going into college or they're going into the career. And by making that choice, they are prepared, and we've done our part. And you know, the main piece for making sure they're able to make that choice is they have to be able to, of course, graduate with a high school diploma. In 1819, MDE laid out a new diploma endorsements for all of our students. And we're glad to have Miss Casey Craft. She's the lead counselor at Hattiesburg High School to talk about the graduation endorsement options.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Casey Craft, as Mr. Brown just said. I'm one of the academic counselors. Before we get started, we're going to talk about diploma options very briefly, but I want to include our other academic counselors as well. I'm Casey Craft. I'm responsible for 10th grade and 12th grade letters P through Z. We have Ms. Johnson, Geraldine Johnson. She's the 9th grade counselor, and she's responsible for senior class letters A through G. And Ms. Allen is our 11th grade counselor and senior counselor letters H through O. It's very confusing, but if you need any additional information about the diploma options or anything that we can assist with in the counselor's office, feel free to give us a call here at the counselor in the counseling department. So our first diploma option is our traditional diploma. It is your standard basic diploma. So as Mr. Brown mentioned, we do have MDE rolled out. This senior class will be the first senior class graduating with these options, the endorsements rather. The traditional diploma, every student will graduate with this diploma. It has your basic requirements for Englishes, for maths, 3 sciences, 3.5 social studies, half a credit of PE, half a credit of health, 1 credit of art. College and career readiness is a new class. It's a graduation requirement now, 1 tech credit and 5.5 electives. That's the basic requirements. All students will have the minimal. This is the minimum requirements for graduation that they need. This totals 24 credits. The alternate diploma is for students with special needs that will not get your traditional diploma, but it's an alternate diploma. Traditional diploma with academic endorsement. So these are the endorsements that you're able to stack. If a lot of parents think you could just choose one. Like I said, the basic diploma is your traditional. So all students will graduate with that. The academic endorsement, every endorsement has different requirements that makes it unique to that endorsement. With the academic endorsement, instead of 24 credits, it is 26 credits. You have to have a minimum of a 17 sub-score in English on the ACT and a 19 sub-score in math. You have to maintain and have a 2.5 GPA upon graduation and take 1 advanced class and score at least C in that advanced class. The CTE, the Career and Technical Educational Endorsement, it will be a traditional diploma with the CTE endorsement. With that endorsement, you will have to have 26 credits. Students will have to take a 2-year class, those CTE programs, take and complete a 2-year class, which will earn them 4 extra Carnegie units. Earn silver level on the Workkeys, as Ms. Noonkester talked about. And there are a couple of other options for the CCE endorsement. Okay, the traditional diploma with the distinguished endorsement, distinguished academic endorsement. This is the highest of the high that we have. You have to have a minimum of 28 credits for the distinguished academic endorsement. You have to maintain a 3.0 throughout high school, have an 18 sub score in English and a 22 in math on the ACT. And there are a couple of other options that you have to have one of those other options. One is a dual credit class, and the other one will be having take an AP class and score a B or higher in the AP class. With all of these endorsements and options that we're giving our students, we want them to excel and try their hardest to get the highest endorsement that there is. But I want you parents to know that you can change these endorsements at any time. If you talk to your child's counselor, we mailed home some orange forms in August. We did a parent night here at the high school, and we gave out the forms then and did some talking about the diploma options then, and then we also mailed the forms home to each student and asked the students to return them. So that's our goal, is to work towards whatever the endorsement is that you and your child selected together. But if we need to make changes and go down or go up with an endorsement, that could be done at any time. Just because you choose it does not mean you're locked into it. Okay, Mr. Brown.
Thank you, Ms. Craft, and thank everybody that's been on. We do have our counseling team on throughout the district, as well as our other, I'd say, support personnel within the district. I do want to make sure that we're doing all we can to ensure that your child is prepared, again, to make that choice based on what success looks like for them, but make that choice of whether they're going to college and or career. There's opportunities associated with ACT. We've talked about the ACT and ACT Workkeys. There's a helpful link for, as we call it, parent resources. We talked about the ISP. We do have a link for it. Career exploration, I talked about the MDE offering a career exploration beginning with kindergarten. So we do have that link there. Diploma option, as Ms. Craft just talked about. There's a frequently asked question for parents, Q&A on the diploma endorsement options, also as a link. Again, we are really pleased to be able to offer Parent Connect to our parents and our community, just as one of those added resources to ensure that your child is prepared for success. Our focus this month was college and career readiness, but definitely if you have any questions or concerns, please reach out to your respective school, your school counselor or principal, or you can call here at the central office and ask for me. It's Jermaine Brown. I can be reached at 601-582-5078, and that's extension 1074. But if there are any questions that anyone would like to ask, we would entertain those. Or if any of our support staff and counselors that are on, anything that they wanted to add, we'll do that and pause a moment for questions and anything else that we want to add at this time.
Mr. Brown.
Yes, ma'am.
There's one thing I'd like to say. Also, a lot of parents don't know that you can use those fee waivers your senior year, and you can use those for college applications, and you don't have to pay for the college application fee. So you need to go see Miss Abby when you're applying for different colleges your senior year. I think you can have 4 college application fees waived.
Thank you so much, Ms. Noonkester. Ms. Abby, would you like to add to that?
Yeah, I was going to say, you do get college fee waivers. It's a little bit different from the ACT fee waivers, but you get 4 college fee waivers And then a lot of colleges as well will waive it as long as you tell them the income of your household. But yeah, please see me in the Career Center for that.
Great information, great addition, ladies. Anybody else want to add anything? Hearing none. Thank you all again for being with us for Parent Connect. We do hope you have a tigerific day, and it's always a great day to be a tiger. Please reach out to us if you need us. Thank you so much. Have a great day.